Alright guys, what is up? We are here at Cyprus Huts getting ready to do the next trial. Now before we get into the trial, I am once again going to be going over my settings just for those that are unfamiliar with it. So I'm going into my options here. As you can see, my settings are already set up at a 32 for my turning extra strength. That is the only one that I mess with. My marksman scope is at a 0.9, which is pretty high for a marksman scope. Feel free to lower it down. I'm just used to the marksman scope. I enjoy the marksman scope. But if you don't and you're unfamiliar with it, definitely lower down your marksman scope speed as well as your turning extra strength. If your turning extra strength is set to 0, lower down your aim down sight settings, both X and Y axis. Lower both these down a little bit more than what you're used to. This is because grunts and zombies and emulators and hives, they all move slower than a player. Emulators, when they're aggroed, yes, they move faster, but it's still pretty easy to catch up to them, even if you're moving slower than them. You'll see in the video that I am going to be catching up to them. But these are the settings that I use, and I'll show you my normal settings before we begin. My turning extra strength is normally at around 96, 93. There we go. You can run with aim assist on or off. It really is up to you. If you find that it helps you hit these grunt headshots, turn it on. I personally have it off, but this one is a personal opinion kind of basis. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the trial. If these trees would get out of my way. There we go. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do here is just come out and see where your emulator spawns. I like to take out some of the AI before I go on to him. He'll usually spawn there along with a buddy. I like to take out his buddy and then move on to this guy. Try to take him out. Wait for him to stand still. Aim for the head. Just going through, kind of waiting. He's in a good spot now, so I want to hit him. Trying to land the follow-up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I normally don't, so I go for the second headshot when he is in his aggro mode, when he goes to yell. You can see that I am fully unloading my label before doing a reload, where I am once again fully loading it. And that's the best way to do this. You don't want to do your half reload unless that time pressure is on the end. Then that's when you want to. So again, I'm going to go clear the area around this emulator. Waiting for the perfect headshots on the grunts. Again, just clearing the area of grunts. At least trying my best to. Now, I don't necessarily know where he went. I'm going to wait for a little bit longer. Hopefully he'll get out of that area. He's around some barrels. I don't really want him to around any of the barrels. That's alright. I'll move on to this one. While I wait, see where he's going. He's on that barrel, so I'm going to go hit up one of these hives. Again, kind of just waiting to see where these guys go. Killing a few grunts while I wait. So he's in a good spot, so I'm going to go for the follow-ups. It's okay to miss. That's his little yell I'm talking about, and that's when you want to headshot him. So now I have killed 2 emulators, which is all you need to do, and I have shown the perfect ways to do it. First one, you want to go for the follow-up at all times. Easy, you may hit it, you may not. But then, if you don't, go for him when he's in his little rampage mode and he decides to yell. So now I'm just going for the grunt kills, the ones that are pretty easy. Just kind of going through, headshotting them. Gonna go to the hives maybe, see how that's doing over there. Try to get a couple headshots there. Move over to this one. These guys look pretty easy to get. Right there. That one doesn't, so I'm going to move on to a grunt. Hit there. You'll see that I'm going for the closer grunt kills just because it's easier, closer they are. So that's how to do this trial. This one's like the little brother of the Raynard Mill and Lumber trial. It's not too hard, but it is definitely hard difficulty rating. It's a pain in the butt because these emulators just go around and around and they ignite everything. But you'll see that I'm waiting to where I know they're not around any yellow barrels, and that's what you want to be doing as well. It just makes your life easy. Going for that follow-up shot on the emulators is key, as well as waiting until they're in Rampage. Once they're in Rampage and they do their little yell, or they stand still, go for that headshot. Make sure you have at least 5 bullets chambered, because you're probably going to miss. I got lucky, I didn't miss, but that's because I got lucky. There has been plenty of cuts here where I've landed on my 3rd or 4th shot rather than my 1st or 2nd. And that is what more than likely will happen. That doesn't mean you're going to fail the trial. You can keep going. You only have to headshot 2 emulators. It's not as bad as the Raynard Mill with 4. But without further ado, that concludes this video. Be sure to check out the description below for a link to the playlist that has all of these trial videos, as well as a link to the Discord where you can get up-to-date information regarding the tournament, and a link to my Twitch where you should totally check me out, follow me. I do some streaming over there every now and then, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.